I'm out in the garden. What a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'm going to do a fragrance review today. I'm off to meet my friend down in Canterbury. Going to get the train so I can have a little drink. And I'm wearing this. I really felt like wearing this. It's Mademoiselle by Guerlain. And I've just sprayed some on already. Let's spray a little bit more. And it's kind of a fruity, powdery, slightly sweet. There's a bit of galbanum, so it's a bit green, a little bit of galbanum, but it's not too strong. So galbanum has a kind of green, dark, powdery, weird smell to it. I don't generally enjoy galbanum, but it doesn't last very long in the opening of this fragrance, so I don't mind it. And it's also not very, very strong. It's there, you will notice it, but it soon fades away within about half an hour from experience so far. So you got some galbanum, and you also have sweet, kind of like, almost a little bit like Turkish delight smell, so slightly marshmallowy, rosy smell. So it's a kind of a contrast really. Galbanum's a bit sharp and green, and then you've got this beautiful, slightly rosy, powdery marshmallow smell at the same time. I'm finding it quite addictive. I'm often finding myself reaching and just spraying, even if I'm wearing something else, spraying a little bit of this, just because I feel like it on maybe a wrist or an arm or something. So I'm going to have to rush off now to catch the train, but I will be giving you some updates.
So, naughty me, I got a little bit drunk in the end and didn't come back to you with my review of the fragrance. It was quite a few hours into the sort of day and the evening when I said to my friend Rav, oh, I want to review my perfume, and she tried to smell it, but it was really light and she couldn't really smell it on me anymore. She was wearing a whole ton of Chanel Coco Mademoiselle, so she was absolutely reeking of that, and she smelled fabulous. But I think she wasn't able to smell me because she had so much perfume on herself, and the fragrance does get quite light after a few hours. So I thought I'd come back to you today. It's the day after. I feel all right. I don't have a hangover. It wasn't that bad or heavy of a night. And I thought I'd just give you my final thoughts on this perfume. And there's the gorgeous bottle. Isn't it lovely? I've got some on my hand, which I sprayed about an hour ago now. So what happens is, as I said earlier, the opening, you definitely notice this powdery, sharp green note, which is the galbanum, but it's not mega strong, coupled with this powdery, floral, rosy type thing. In the dry down, the galbanum just slowly retreats, and I think it doesn't actually go away completely, but it just stays there, counteracting that sweetness that you get from this sort of marshmallow accord. So in the dry down, it's like a powdery sugar and edible rose petals and clean musks and just a tiny hint of that galbanum that's barely there, that literally all it does is it stops it being too sweet and too innocent. It's quite an innocent fragrance. There is a little bit of a sharpness in the opening as well, which keeps it kind of slightly fresh, but then that does go away. I don't have that much more to say. It's kind of linear after that first half an hour to an hour. It's pretty linear. Any changes are very, very minute and barely perceptible. It definitely smelled a little bit edible to me. I did really enjoy wearing it, but I felt that it wasn't strong enough for a night out. I enjoyed it for lunch and the initial part of the day. But come the evening time, I did actually apply something else in the end. I applied Le Plus Beau Jour de ma Vie, which I take in my little atomizer out with me, because I knew I'd want something more in the evening. But it does last long enough. I would say it's going to give you somewhere between 4 to 10 hours, depending on your skin. For me, it's probably about 5 or 6 hours before I would feel that I want to reapply, because it's maybe not quite strong enough. But I do really like this one. I don't know that I would pay €230 for it, which is the price in the boutique. I'm lucky enough that I found it on eBay for just over £50, so well worth that price tag. Really, really happy to get that. I think it's one that you would definitely need to test, not a blind buy, because it's slightly strange with that galbanum in the opening and then the marshmallow fluffy dry down. Definitely try and test it, make your own mind up, but I think it's beautiful. I'm so glad to have it in my collection. I am really enjoying it. It's probably the kind of fragrance I would choose for lunch with friends or shopping, work, that kind of thing. It's not quite loud enough for a night out. I do like to really project a lot when I go out on a night out, but it's definitely a really fabulous daytime scent. And I also think it would be fabulous in spring, like spring and summer. I think it's perfect for. Anyway, that's it, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.